what is the real reason why your HD PVR, whether it's the old one, the gaming edition, or HD PVR 2 gaming edition, is always glitching, or you get minor glitches in there. And it's really fucking annoying because if you're someone who happens to want to just go ham today in a game and you want to record it for Call of Duty or Battlefield, or you do your walkthroughs for YouTube or anything, and it's a bitch because you're like, what the fuck, this glitch is getting me tight. So you go to the first step and you go to plan A, which is, all right, let me uninstall my software, my HDPVR software, and let me reinstall it. But after you reinstall it, it starts working for a few minutes and then it goes back to the glitching. Well, then you go to plan B and you think, let me disable this driver, let me uninstall it, and let me reinstall the driver. You go, then it still glitches. Now you go to plan C. Let me see, if I have Windows 8, is it because I have Windows 8 and too many programs are running, so I decide, let me just, try to kill tasks and then try to put it for best performance, or let me clean install the Windows 7 or Windows Vista, and because the Windows 8 has the store and it probably consists of a lot of RAM space it takes up. So no, it's none of that, because I've went through Windows 7, Vista, Windows 8, nothing has changed. The real reason is your driver. Best believe it's that. And no, I don't mean when you clean install and when you pop your disk back in and install your HD PVR and it says no, it cannot update that driver, or it's not compatible, and you might have an out of date driver. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when you clean install, first of all, you need to manually put back a lot of drivers, and you might not have any good drivers put back. You might need to find those drivers. Like you see, as you can see here, my Intel HD Graphics 4000 is a pretty decent graphics driver, but after I clean install back down from Windows 8 to Windows 7, I had a VGA standard. So when I turned on my PVR, it showed the gameplay horrible and glitched. So I went to the VGA standard graphics. I right clicked and click update driver software. I searched automatically, and it read that this is an Asus K55A. Um, and it read that this was my original graphics, so it installed it. So I was happy. What you need to do is, if you have the yellow, yellow icon with the exclamation mark, whatever, and you right click and you try to scan your PC, it's not going to find it. You might need to go to your whatever your providers, like whether you have a Samsung, Asus, Toshiba, whatever, HP. You go to their site, download their original drivers, or go to Nvidia or somewhere, just download the drivers. It might be a weak driver though, it might be even an old driver, and your PVR still might not even work. But also keep in mind, just get them in there, download them, and you need to right click and then scan and then it'll scan Windows and everything, and it'll probably install the up-to-date driver. Now that's not really, I'm not trying to get into that topic. The real topic is your USB driver, your USB 2.0 or 3.0 port. The reason for that glitch on the PVR is because your USB driver. Some of us, or should I say 95% of us, a lot of the time unplugs the USB drive. We unplug our USB cord out of the PC or laptop. Meanwhile, and you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to unplug it. You're always supposed to go down here. You're always supposed to click whatever it is that's like connected. You right click and click eject, and then it'll tell you when to unplug it. When you consistently just always unplug your, whether you have your iPhone connected or any other device, and you keep unplugging, what happens is you're damaging your driver. Not only physically damaging your PC or laptop port, but you're damaging your driver. So your driver sooner or later gets corrupted, and it might not even say it, but then you start wondering, why is it every time I plug in my phone now it's not reading my phone, but now it's reading somebody else's phone, or now my PV all of a sudden the screen is all black, or my screen is glitching. And that's why, because you have to honestly treat it with care. You need to update your driver, and then you also need to make sure that every time you're about to quit the process of capturing gameplays or whatever the case may be, you need to right click on the bottom and disconnect it, or turn off your PC or turn off your PVR, whatever, and then disconnect. Don't have the program running and disconnect USB. And that goes for anything, by the way. Don't think it's oh, because I only have 4 gigs of RAM, whatever, because I went through 2 gigs of RAM at one time and it was running smooth. So no, it's not because of that. The reason why it would glitch now for the 2 gigs of RAM is because when you have 2 gigs of RAM, you do have programs running in the background. You know, you do get that a little bit of lag because too many programs. But then when you have 4, which is a decent amount, and you're getting that glitch, it's not really because you have programs running. It's because a lot of the time, like I said, the USB port and the driver, you need to update that driver and make sure it's compatible. 'Cause remember, the PVR, whether it's Elgato, the PVR, Roxio, HD, they're always upgrading. They're always going to continue on bringing out updates for their software, which means you need to make sure you're on top of updating your drivers. And sorry if you hear that annoying ass dog in the background. But anyways, you need to always make sure that you're up to date, because as long as the site is up to date with their software, you need to be up to date with your drivers. So always scan and make sure your driver is compatible, because if it's slightly not compatible, it's not going to say, oh, we're not slightly compatible with the software. What it's going to do is you're going to start seeing glitching and lagging. So make sure you're always on top of that. Now, one thing I like gonna tell you guys to do is, before you even think about like clean installing and downgrading from Windows 8 to Windows 7 or Windows 7 to Windows Vista or whatever the case may be, try updating your drivers and then trying, because honestly I came to the conclusion that it was really the drivers, not really because I have 8 gigs of RAM and my PVR was glitching. I've had friends who have 12 or 16 gigs of RAM and their PVR was glitching. Let's get into the subject for those who have an issue when they even download the driver and it still gets the lag. Now we're dealing with the disk here. When you download from the disk and then you download the driver that comes in the disk and like you still get that lag, go on the 8hopog site, download the driver update that they have, and also the Hopog capture. When you download the Hopog capture, it's gonna have a driver in there that's gonna take over the original driver that you have and is gonna update it to be compatible with the capture software that's now. Do that, because after you finish updating your original USB 2.0 or 3.0 driver port, it'll work perfectly. Now, I'm not saying this is gonna work 100% for everybody. This worked for me. I've seen videos on YouTube talking about how to lower RAM space, but if you only have like what 4 to 8 gigs of RAM space, how much shit could you be doing on your PC or laptop that you must take away more things from running in the background to make your PVR? The PVR does not take up that much RAM space. You know what I'm saying? The most it'll take up is 1.5 gigs of RAM. That's the most it'll take. You would have to, for a person who has 4 gigs of RAM total with HD PVR running, you'll probably have like 2 gigs of RAM left on your PC, which is still beautiful, and so it's bullshit what people say on YouTube, the whole fucking, oh, you gotta to improve performance and bullshit and all, this is how you fix the lag in your PVR. Make sure that everything is not running in the background and everything. No, it's not that. It's the driver. A lot of the time, those people are also going through the bullshit too. I've had my Sony Vegas running as well as my PVR at the same time, even with my web browser on. Nothing, just to test out. So I hope this should help you guys. If you guys need any help finding drivers, no, I'm not gonna put on the links that bullshit driver update, download that, no, that, or driver engine or driver detective, like all those are all bullshit. I'll put like, if you guys want, I will put links in the description on where I got my drivers, and just to make sure you just update your drivers. Or if you want personal help, just tell me what laptop or PC you have, or email me. I'll put my email in below, and then I will email you a site that has the driver. Download, not no bullshit, like I said, like an official download. It may not be an up-to-date driver, but just to get the driver in, and then you click update, and then the Windows or whatever you have will go through the internet to find it up to date. And that's the best I can do, and I hope it helps. I hope this video helps. I'm actually gonna have some gameplay after this. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's something small just to show you guys how my HD PVR 2 is working out. And I don't know, I'm gonna put a random game. I'm talking live as we speak. I haven't even played a game yet, so I'm gonna just throw something on to show you guys that it really legit works. And hope you guys enjoy. So comment, rate, subscribe. If you have any questions at all, I would like to know what's your PC or laptop builds, or what you guys have. And just stay tuned for some more videos. You guys will take care. Peace out. Alright, you guys, so I'm gonna show you that the HD PVR is not lagging as you guys can see in the gameplay. I wonder who he's gonna pick. I'm gonna just be Mike Tyson, but watch him try to be on some. Oh man, if he picks that, oh Jack Johnson, oh Rocky Marciano. Alright, I see him. Alright, so yeah, just remember when you install the driver, whatever driver you install, it might not be the up-to-date one. Hopefully it is, but make sure after you install the driver, you go back to devices and manage devices, and then you right-click and scan for new hardware, and you scan your the internet to see if it's gonna be the up-to-date one. Let's see who's gonna win. The thing is, Rocky Marciano could take a hit.
Good evening, everybody. Glad you've made the decision to be with us. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore, and we're glad to be bringing you action and welcoming you to the Mexico City Plaza here in Mexico City for our main event of the evening. 10 rounds of heavyweight action. This should be a really good matchup here tonight. All that energy that we saw, it almost boiled over at the weigh-in yesterday. Now it gets to explode here in the ring. A well-placed overhand right.
See what I'm like? He hits hard. Fuck.
I think most people would probably figure if we were to make a checklist of the advantages and disadvantages you want in a fighter, superior hand speed would definitely be a big advantage. But you've trained many. Oh!
See what I mean?
Oh, and here
Rocky Marciano hits hard.
This night, down he goes.
Fuck.
Two.
Yeah, and this is such bad fucking example.
Mike Tyson rises up after going down here today. Got to be accurate to send the combination to the body, and he does that. I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counter.
And that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. You know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot.
Fuck.
Huge power punch from Iron Mike. Red hot action to open up this fight. Both men throwing, both men landing.
It's been a long time since I've seen something like this. I think it was in a film library. Watchman Hammerin' Hank, the great Henry Armstrong. Never took a step backwards, kept going forward.
Tyson's movement really helping him out.
See what I fucking mean? Fuck him.
The referee warning him for that shot that went downstairs. Solid. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
This is
and now the real test. Can he get up after going down a second time?
This is horrible.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Tyson's gonna keep taking this test, rising up after being knocked down.
Rocky in the corner. Fuck him.
Tyson showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch. We come to the end of this round. Maybe a round in which maybe a lot of trainers don't like to see because it was a very busy round for both guys.
Well, it depends what kind of style, what kind of strength your fighter has, or even what kind of weaknesses. If I had a guy who likes to box, who likes to counterpunch, I want a guy coming at him. Not with a lot of TNT in his gloves, but coming forward where my guy is well suited. He can pick him off a little bit.
Crashes home with a hook. Flush right hand to the head. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay. And he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Beautiful job of just timing things there with the counterpunch early in this fight.
Well, timing, I'm glad you said that, timing, because timing is connected to counterpunching. It was a beautiful job.
He just hits hard.
If there was a baseball umpire around, he'd call that a strikeout by Mike Tyson. He returns the favor with an uppercut. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Well, he's got the attitude. Something's got to stick. He fires off the combination, and they both do. Tyson's really in position to control things in this fight if he can do what he did just there, and that's land a good, solid jab. Not getting it done with that straight right hand.
This is brutal.
Zoning in on that gut combination punch downstairs.
See how this fucking guy just knows what to do?
He brings an uppercut that really does. He is
damaged
badly there.
Get him.
He may hit the floor. Did you see that? That combination puts him down.
Please. Finally, I got a fucking hit off on him. But I ain't gonna jinx it and keep running into him, because he might catch me back. He's one of those. He knows how to play. Fuck.
Down he goes, but he's going to continue on, beating the count. He just missed that shot up top. Oh, a nice two-punch combo by Mike Tyson. And we come to the end of round number 2. Well, we've seen this before, a fighter with a bad cut, and sometimes a fighter that now has a much greater sense of urgency.
Yeah, right now, if he was gambling and he was in a casino, he's rolling the dice. He's hoping to come up with 7.
Now committing to that jab, straight hand, and it works out.
I don't know what the fuck you Mexicans are saying, but...
Keep that head. Comes right back with some offense of his own. Well, Teddy, you get in a spot like this, and everybody has their eyes on the fighter who was just knocked down. Oh,
got him, I knew it. Right when that happened, he used 3 power hitters straight, and I popped him. Little ping, ding, and then said, ding, ding. Small little ting, ting. Then knocked out. Alright, maybe one more knockout will do the trick. Maybe one more. Hopefully.
Down he goes, now up he gets.
Now he's gonna
and if he wants to stay up, he's gonna have to grab on. Kill a little time.
The combination punching now scoring well by Mike Tyson.
Oh, nah, I'm good. Yeah.
Halfway through this round.
Yeah.
Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well.
Yeah. Come on.
Here's a moment here as you see the step back counter punch where you realize this is the sweet science, not just some raw savagery swinging out there.
Look at the little subtleties here, Joe. What he does is he
big shot.
Popped him.
That was a big and it's a big shot that may hit him right here.
That looked like the great pitcher, Great Maddox.
You're done. You're done. That was a power hitter of death, bitch. That was the Hadouken, nigga. That was the Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha. You're done. You're done. You lost, Rocky. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's over.
Well,
Tyson's bombs away worked again. Knockout victory for him.
PVR does not lag no more on me. I'm happy. Any comments, comment, or subscribe, and enjoy this video.